Okay, today we're jumping into a really powerful and, let's be honest, kind of counterintuitive technique for tackling those really tough problems. It's all about the art of not fixing things, and it might just be the breakthrough you've been looking for.
So let's just start with a question I think we've all asked ourselves at some point. You know that feeling, whether it's in your community, at work, whatever, you feel like you're just spinning your wheels on a problem. You brainstorm, you put in all this effort, but nothing really seems to change. So why? Why do we get so stuck? Well, here's the thing. The reason we're often stuck is actually pretty simple. We keep trying to solve our problems using the exact same thinking, the very same tools that created them in the first place. It's kind of like trying to fix a hole in the ground by just digging it deeper. It doesn't make any sense, right?
So, what's the alternative then? This is where we need to make a little bit of a mental shift. The way forward, and this is going to sound strange, might actually involve resisting that gut instinct we all have to immediately jump in and find a solution. It all starts with embracing the power of just not knowing. And that brings us to the big idea for today, negative capability. Now, this isn't about being lazy or giving up, not at all. It's a very deliberate, very active skill. It's the practice of consciously pushing back against that powerful urge to get an answer right away, to find a quick fix, just so we can get rid of that uncomfortable feeling of an unsolved problem. Yeah, this quote right here, it really gets to the heart of it. Negative capability is all about getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's about finding the patience and, frankly, the strength to just sit with the problem, to really look at it, and to just tolerate that uncertainty of not having a perfect solution ready to go. Okay, so that's the theory. And it sounds cool, right? But how do we actually do this? How do we put it into practice? Well, let's get practical and talk about a real activity you can try. It's called the Negative Capability Circle. And check this out, because this slide really makes it clear just how different this is. Think about a typical brainstorming session, right? Your goal is to find solutions. You do that by generating ideas. And what do you walk away with? An action plan. The circle flips all of that on its head. The goal isn't to find a solution, it's just to sit with the problem. The method isn't generating ideas, it's practicing observation. And the output? It's not a to-do list. It's a deeper, richer understanding that just emerges. So, you want to try it? Getting it set up is actually super simple. The real challenge, as you're about to see, is in sticking to the rules. Look, there are just 4 basic steps. First, you get a small group together. Second, you pick a specific local problem that you all actually care about. Could be anything, like traffic on your street or not enough green space. Third, and this is the most important part, you just practice observing that problem together by talking about it. And fourth, you see what comes out of that conversation. Seems simple enough, doesn't it? But hang on. The entire thing, the whole power of this exercise, it all comes down to one single, non-negotiable, absolutely crucial rule that every single person has to follow. And here it is. This is the big one. No one is allowed to propose a solution that relies on the systems we already have. This is what makes it work. This one rule forces everybody in the room to break their old habits and actually step into that space of negative capability. And just to be super clear about what that means, you can't say stuff like, oh, someone should build an app for that, or we just need to pass a new law, or, if we only had a grant to fund a new program. Nope. All of those typical system-based fixes are completely off the table. Now, I know what you might be thinking right about now. This sounds incredibly frustrating. And you know what? You're right, it can be. But that discomfort, that's the whole point. That's actually what makes this process so productive. Let's dig into why. See, the ultimate goal here isn't to just patch up what's broken. It's to create the right conditions to help something genuinely new be born. By refusing to use the old, familiar tools, you're creating a vacuum, a space where a truly different kind of idea can finally show up. So what's the actual payoff for putting yourself through all this disciplined discomfort? Well, for one, you'll get a much, much deeper understanding of the problem itself. You'll start to see connections you never noticed before. You'll hear perspectives you hadn't considered. And most importantly, you create this protected space where truly new ideas, the kind that just don't fit into our current boxes, finally have a chance to breathe. So we've talked about the what and the why of negative capability. We've walked through how to do it. Now the challenge kind of gets passed over to you. It's your turn to step back, to fight that powerful urge to fix everything, and just observe. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Think about a problem you're wrestling with in your own life, in your own community, and just ask yourself this question. What could possibly emerge? What new thing might be born if, just for a little while, you completely stopped trying to fix it?